On a small group of islands off the coast of Western Australia lives one of the most adorable and photogenic creatures in the animal kingdom, the quokka. Often referred to as the happiest animal on Earth. Because of its perpetual grin and cheerful appearance, the quokka, Cetonix brachyurus, has become a global sensation, drawing wildlife lovers, tourists, and photographers eager to capture its signature smile. But beyond its cute looks and viral fame, the quokka is a fascinating marsupial with unique adaptations and a surprising history that tells a lot about life in Australia's isolated ecosystems. The quokka is a small, herbivorous marsupial closely related to kangaroos and wallabies. In fact, it looks like a miniature wallaby, standing about 40 to 54 centimeters, 16 to 21 inches tall, with a short tail, around 25 to 30 centimeters 10 to 12 inches. Unlike its larger kangaroo cousins, the quokka has a stockier body, rounded ears, and soft brown-gray fur that makes it look like a living plush toy. Its round face, bright black eyes, and upturned mouth create the illusion of a permanent smile, giving it the cheerful expression that made it famous worldwide. Quokkas are native to a small part of southwestern Australia, with their largest population living on Rottnest Island, a protected nature reserve just a short ferry ride from Perth. Smaller populations also exist on Bald Island and a few areas of mainland Western Australia. But habitat destruction and introduced predators have dramatically reduced their numbers outside these safe havens. Interestingly, when Dutch explorer Willem de Vlaming arrived on Rottnest Island in 1696, he mistook the quokkas for large rats, naming the island Rottnest, which means rat's nest in Dutch. This mistake highlights just how unique and mysterious these marsupials were to early European visitors. Quokkas are herbivores, feeding mostly on grasses, leaves, and other vegetation. Their diet changes with the seasons, and they are capable of surviving on very little water, extracting most of their moisture from the plants they eat. This ability to endure harsh conditions is one of the reasons they have been able to thrive on isolated islands with limited resources. Like other marsupials, quokkas are nocturnal, meaning they are most active at night, foraging for food while avoiding the intense Australian sun during the day. One of the most remarkable aspects of quokka biology is their reproductive strategy. Like kangaroos, quokkas give birth to tiny, underdeveloped young that crawl into the mother's pouch to continue developing for several months. Female quokkas typically produce one joey per year, though they can sometimes have two. What's truly fascinating, and slightly shocking, is their survival tactic when threatened. If a mother quokka feels in danger, she may eject her joey from the pouch to distract a predator and save herself. While this may sound cruel, it's a natural survival mechanism that has helped the species endure in predator-rich environments. Despite their reputation as friendly and happy animals, quokkas are still wild creatures and can become stressed when approached too closely by humans. On Rottnest Island, where thousands of tourists visit each year to see them, strict rules are in place to protect quokkas. Visitors are not allowed to feed them, as human food can make them sick, and handling them is strictly prohibited. Instead, tourists are encouraged to observe from a respectful distance, or take the now famous quokka selfie, a trend that helped catapult these marsupials into internet stardom. Social media has played a huge role in the quokka's popularity, turning the tiny marsupial into a global icon of cuteness. Photos of their smiling faces have spread across Instagram and Twitter, drawing attention not only to their charm, but also to the importance of conserving their fragile habitats. This newfound fame has had positive effects, boosting ecotourism on Rottnest Island and generating funds to protect the quokka's environment. However, conservationists warn that increased tourism also brings risks, including stress to the animals, and the potential for habitat damage if visitors are not careful. In the wild, quokkas are relatively social animals, often living in loose groups for protection and easier access to food sources. They create networks of paths through the undergrowth, which they use repeatedly while foraging. These pathways also serve as quick escape routes from predators, a vital adaptation for survival. Unfortunately, on the Australian mainland, where introduced predators like foxes and cats roam, quokkas have faced serious population declines. Their island populations remain safer, but require ongoing conservation efforts to keep them secure. Rottnest Island's quokkas, however, live in a predator-free paradise, allowing them to roam freely and interact more fearlessly with humans. This unique coexistence has turned the island into a symbol of wildlife conservation done right, a place where people and animals can share space respectfully. and where an endangered species has a chance to thrive. In fact, seeing a wild quokka in its natural habitat is considered one of the highlights of visiting Western Australia. Though small, quokkas play an important role in their ecosystem. They help disperse seeds through their droppings, contributing to plant growth and maintaining the health of their environment. As one of the few mammals native to their island homes, they are also a key attraction that inspires awareness of Australia's rich biodiversity and the challenges it faces. The quokka's story is a reminder that conservation isn't just about saving rare animals. It's also about preserving the joy and wonder that wildlife brings to people around the world. Its cheerful smile has made it a beloved ambassador for Australian wildlife, showing that even tiny creatures can have a huge impact. By protecting the quokka, humans are also safeguarding the fragile island ecosystems that countless other species depend on. With their irresistible charm, unique history, and vital role in their habitat, quokkas have earned their title as the happiest animal on Earth. But perhaps their happiness is also a reflection of something deeper. When humans work to protect nature, we create a world where animals and people alike can thrive. Seeing a quokka in the wild is more than a photo opportunity. It's a glimpse into a future where conservation success stories are celebrated as much as viral selfies.